Hi, it's the Kooky Witch from the Dharmacy. I just wanted to share with you one of my favorite yeast dressings. So I'm going to go ahead and start to make that. Pretty simple. You just need a few ingredients. I use this organic olive oil, some nutritional yeast, which I buy at a local farm, apple cider vinegar, organic. I get at Costco. I also get this at Costco. And then I just get these wherever I can find them for the best price. Sometimes Savoury. I just bought some at an organic restaurant, raw food restaurant. So this is an organic, gluten-free, non-GMO soy sauce. Okay, and some garlic. Okay, so first off, we are going to do a half a cup of yeast. Always good to measure your dry ingredients first, because when it's wet, you can't get all the ingredients out of there. So, half a cup of nutritional yeast. Voila. And a third of a cup of water. So, I use a really good quality water that I get. And a little bit more. So, a third of a cup of water and a third of a cup of tamari. This is such a good dressing. It's savory and salty and cheesy with the yeast. So some of my favorite flavors, and garlicky. I love that. Okay, and then a third of a cup of apple cider vinegar. Third of a cup of that. Voila. I think I'm going to do a double batch. And then 1 cup of olive oil or avocado oil. And this recipe calls for 2 large garlics, but I'm only going to do 1. So let's do a cup of olive oil. Okay, so first I'm going to just blend this first. And I'll be right back. So part of the trick with making this is to drizzle the oil in so it gets thicker. Okay? So I'm going to do that. Just put it on low. Take the top off up here. Okay, and drizzle a little more in there. Okay, that is, hope you can see that. It's pretty thin, but it will thicken more as it's in the fridge. So I'm going to go ahead and just double that recipe again. So I'll be back. Okay, so I doubled everything except for the olive oil. I put half the amount that the original recipe calls for. The original recipe calls for a cup, and I'm doing another half cup in a doubled recipe of everything else. Okay, so I'm just going to drizzle. So good. So I'm making a batch of dressing for a client today. So I just get a nice jar out and fill that. This would probably be at least a $20 jar of dressing. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed my recipe today for my tasty yeast dressing. See ya!